Let's move to Mpumalanga, where police there say they expect more arrests in connection to be made in connection with the torching of at least 51 Putco buses. 2 suspects were nabbed last night for the attack. The vehicles were set alight on Monday night at 4 depots. Nqobile Madlala is tracking those developments and joins us now. A little bit earlier on, we heard from the MEC Thulasizwe Thomo then with regards to what they plan to do. The DDG was there, police officials indeed were also there, and as you can tell, of course, a busy scene is certainly what we've had there, Nqobile. Just won't you give us the latest with regards to the anticipated movements from this point on?
Very busy indeed, Nqobile. In fact, I still do have both the MECs with me as we speak, and they've just done a walkabout, and I want to show you, just to monitor the carnage that is left behind. We know that it's currently estimated to be over 150 million rand that has been lost by Putco, mainly because of what has taken place here. Obviously, as a company, they want to know how far the investigations are going. We have heard from the MEC that they are currently they are doing some investigations. There are people that are currently in custody. We heard earlier on from the SAPS that 2 people have been arrested. And I want to bring in now the MEC of safety to tell us about that. MEC, I think one thing we want to know is, do you know who is the person behind it all?
It's safe to say, or let me say thank you very much. It's safe to say let's allow the investigation to continue. What I can confirm that indeed we have arrested 2 suspects. Then more information will come later as we are pursuing the rest because the information that we have gathered in terms of what we have investigated of so far, I think there were 15 group of people. So we have 2. It means now 13, they are still at large. So, but we are happy that those who have arrested, they are cooperating with us, with the information that we are given. We are happy to say no. We are going to follow the lead. In no time, we'll be able to get more in so that we close this chapter. Because once the incident of this magnitude or any incident that happened, there must be consequence management. We are here to tell the people of Mpumalanga and South Africa that in any action, when you find yourself in conflict with the law, there will be consequence management.
And in that consequence management, have you been able to secure these vehicles that the police have continued to speak about that were used when this took place?
No, not yet. We are still, I think the vehicle, we are still circulating them. Hence, the investigation is unfolding. In no time, as I've indicated, a breakthrough will happen.
All right, we do trust that. Thank you very much. That's MEC Jackie Macie. And I want to bring in now MEC in transport. It is very important for commuters to be able to go from point A, point B. In fact, in Mpumalanga, we know that there was supposed to be a Moloto corridor a while back. So these buses wouldn't be so needed if that corridor was actually effected. As transport, how difficult is it then to see what has taken place here, and what does this mean for your commuters?
Well, just like I've said earlier, that part of what it's our objective and goal as the department is to create a sustainable, effective and efficient transport system in Mpumalanga. Of course, there's a need of this corridor. The community has been calling for the corridor. And as the department, including government in Mpumalanga, we have taken upon ourselves that we need to resuscitate that debate and that discussion. And of course, engage with the national government, particularly the Department of Transport, so that we see that corridor happening. But what we need to also appreciate is the swift work that has been done by SAPS, of course, through the instruction of the MEC, that they should continue with the investigation. What we therefore believe is that the investigation is going to unearth a lot of things, especially as it relates to this situation. But I also can assure the community, since we have had a discussion with the company, that they are going to put extra 50 buses to replace these ones that have happened. So there won't be any disturbance in terms of daily operation of commuters moving from one aid to the other.
MEC, you called for peace especially in the transport industry, should there be any conflicts? And we know that there's been an alluding to a conflict that has taken place between the buses and the taxi industry. Perhaps the question here now is that how are you going to implement that on the ground? Or do we even know that there has been any conflict, especially from your department, because you would handle that?
Unfortunately, on my part as the MEC and on behalf of the department, we have not received anything, unfortunately, in this area of Nkangala, particularly this area where we are, in terms of conflicts that are happening. It's just rumors that were not brought to us formally as the department. Earlier, in the past few weeks, we were dealing with conflicts that were emanating in the area of Khensani, particularly in Piet Retief. There are some few conflicts that are emerging, but we are handling them well as the department. So here we do not have anything. However, it is therefore bestowed upon myself as the MEC responsible to engage all stakeholders that this situation should not happen, either to the taxi industry or to the bus industry or those that are bus operators. So we need to ensure that we create synergy and cooperation amongst the two stakeholders.
Thank you very much, MEC, for speaking to us. That's Thulasizwe Thomo. He is the MEC of Transport in Mpumalanga. Nqobile, you can hear there from the officials. They are basically saying this must never happen again. And of course, investigations must yield results so that they're able to make an example of those that have done this.
Yeah, the anticipation or the thought process is that there could actually be around 15 people involved with regards to this there, according to word from officials. 2 have been remanded, so we certainly anticipate further news with regards to the story. Nqobile Madlala, thank you so much for that one out of Mpumalanga. Of course, the torching of 51 buses then, something that we are continuing to follow.